Alrighty, we're here at Deep Cove, and this is going to be our first sponsor dive with Pacific Pilsner. So Pacific's been kind enough to help us out with some money to provide some giveaway stuff, and I'm super excited to start this journey with them. So let's get all suited up, get a bunch of scuba divers, only a couple free divers today. So yeah, let's get in the water. On this dive, we have a pretty big group of volunteers. Some familiar faces with YouTube channels like Henry from Cleaner Lakes and Joseph with Sharing the Wild, as well as a host of other divers and a group of young paddleboarders to help haul away the trash. The type of diving I do is going to be a fair bit different from most people. I do some pretty normal stuff, such as spearfishing, but sometimes I'll take a rusty bike that Henry pulled out of the ocean and try riding it in a full wetsuit. With that being said, I'm glad to have a sponsor such as Immenso that provides me with gear and fixes up when I inevitably do something dumb enough to break it. These gloves are looking pretty slick, so let's give them a test run. And what better way to break them in than a dirty pair of underwear? I got your first bit of trash. I always have to take a minute to play peekaboo to scuba divers. They never see me coming. First phone of the day. I do have some regrets with this next clip here. I've never actually found one of these with anything in it, so yeah, my bad. Ah, it's cool. I pulled the thing and there's don't push it. There's stuff in it, so I shot it underwater a bit. My bad. What'd you grab?
Sorry?
What'd you grab?
It's just a piece of rope.
It's tied to something, eh?
It's tied to...
We're really not sure what this is tied to. There was a lot of tension on it when we first grabbed it, and while pulling on it, it broke free, but we were not able to find what it was actually tied to. So, it's a mystery. You want to try this? If you want to go to your knees for, yeah, there we go. There we go. This second one took some serious deadlifting strength. Not to pat myself on the back, but this was hard to pull up. And it wasn't very easy swimming up with it either. You can see my hand just paddling for that extra little bit. So drop your knee, go on your knees again. Those are hard to pull up. At least someone was taking care of themselves in the sun. Some FPS 50 and a pair of sunglasses for their eyes. Got some sunscreen and some sunglasses. Oh, it's got a hole in it. Another one. Fine on every dive anywhere. Golf balls. Alright, you guys pick where I should dive.
There.
How far that way?
Yeah, over there.
Over there?
They're over there. I don't know.
But it's really heavy.
What is that?
It's like a copper rod or something. So who wants a dirty sock this time? Look what Joseph just found.
Very cool.
This thing has been down there for some time, but I think the craziest thing is I bet it still works. I think we're gonna have to test this out with them.
I'll try it out.
Yeah.
See what's on this one.
All right. The pile of electronics grows. So, putting the kids to work, counting all the trash.
We had a race. And we couldn't bring them before.
Look at the pile of phones. So these are all the volunteers that are out paddleboarding and helping collect all this trash. So, thanks guys. Big thanks to Pacific Pilsner for helping sponsor some of these events now. I'm excited going forward. I'm gonna work with them a fair bit. So we got a couple phones and a GoPro that we're gonna take back and try to get back to the owners. And big thanks to all the kids that came out from the dive center in here, or I guess the paddleboard boat center, whatever you want to call it. And they also gave us a couple rental tickets each for me to use in the future and for the other divers as well. So that's pretty awesome. And big thanks to Menso for some stuff that we're going to be giving away in the future as well. That's awesome. I tried out one of their new suits today. It works pretty well. I was actually a bit too warm. So when the winter months come, it's going to be amazing. And as always, thank you to all the divers that came out. And yeah, hope you guys had a good time. Hope to have more events in the future here. This GoPro is insane. The barnacles growing on it. It's going to be a challenge to even open up this cover to get the SD card out. Alright, so I was able to take a screwdriver and get the screw out. But now... oh, I don't even know. I guess we're scraping it. I don't want to break this too much, but I think I'm going to have to get this out. Alright. So that's, oh, there we go. Now if we can pop this out. Alright. I wonder if we can get this thing. So this doesn't look like it's in horrible condition actually. So I think this is probably going to work just fine. What kind of stuff do you think's on this? So after I got all these cases off, got the GoPro taken apart, and these phones don't look too bad once they've been scrubbed a bit. But I just want to compare this here. So that's the one that Joseph found, and here's mine. So look at the difference. This one has seen some stuff. I wonder how long it's been down there. And it stinks. The gunk in there does not smell nice. So actually I just spent a couple minutes trying to get the battery out. As far as saltwater corrosion goes, it's really not that bad inside. Like I still don't think it'd work, but let's see, I might dry this out. I might throw in my batteries in there and see if this actually turns on. That would be hilarious. So we have the 4 phones. These are the ones that me and a few others pulled out of the ocean by Deep Cove the other day. So now what we're gonna do is try and pop the SIM cards out. And I think the Samsung might have an SD card as well, but I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to pop. Oh, there we go. That one went pretty easy. All right, so you can tell salt water got all the way into the side of these. So these phones are not gonna work. I'm not even gonna try and get them fixed. But we might be able to contact the owner still, and they might want them back just for fun. So one thing I don't really like about iPhones is they don't have the ability to put extra memory in them, which kind of sucks. So you have to buy the biggest one if you want to store more stuff, but I guess you can always upload it to the cloud if you really want to. So I don't know where that pin, there we go. So on these phones, normally, one's really stuck in there. Normally you have a larger tray. I think this one will. Oh yeah, perfect. So this one you can see here has an extra 16 gigabyte card in it. So this phone might have some photos and stuff on this as well. So they might want this back. Doesn't look too bad. It's pretty clean, the contacts there. So we'll take the SIM out and the SD card out, and we'll try and find the owner with this Telcon. I don't know that brand. It's not a Canadian one that I'm aware of, at least. But yeah, so they might want all the photos back off this. So that'll be cool, and if we can return that. And then finally, another iPhone. Let's try and pop this SIM out again. Oh, this one's really stuck. Ugh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one here. All right. Just going to bend my little tool here. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to even be able to try and get this back to the owner. As you can see here, the salt water has just corroded everything so much. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this back to the owner, unfortunately. But we'll see. Might go on the shelf. If it dries out, it might come loose. Or I could take the phone entirely apart and then pop that out. But I feel like there's salt water all the way through this. You can see the back glass here is separated. So the inside of this is probably disgusting as well. But I'm most excited about this one here because we might be able to get some photos back for the people that lost it. And yeah, and the funny thing is, I get asked a lot, why do I find so many iPhones in comparison to Samsungs? And I don't know why. I think the market's probably 50-50. But yeah, 3 iPhones, 1 Samsung. That's the ones I took home. I think a couple of the other guys wanted to return some as well, or do something with the ones they found. So I found 2 of these ones, I think. No, I found those 2. I think Barry found this one. I'm not sure who found this one. But yeah, let's see what's on these, and yeah, I'll jump to that now. All right, here's the 3 phones that we pulled out. So we're just going to do the normal SIM card trick. As we take these SIM cards out, and I just put them into a phone that works, and I get the phone number that these are registered to. And when people get a new phone, it's the same number. So I'm just going to contact the number that's on these, and it's the same number that person has on their new phone. So when I message them, it's the same person. This one works, I have a number. This one works, I have a number. This one, I think just, it was too corroded. I tried cleaning off the best I could, but there's no number on it. And unfortunately, same with the SD card. There's absolutely no information that I can get on it. I plug it into my computer. Nothing shows up whatsoever. So unfortunately, this phone, I don't think I'm going to be able to return it all. And it's pretty beat up and smashed, so I'm sure there's a lot of salt water inside this thing. So as far as repairing goes as well, pretty unlikely. You can just see here, all the ports are full and corroded. This is not going to work. You can see the YouTube videos I'm watching in the background there. But yeah, so unfortunately, I don't think this phone's going to work at all. But we're going to message the owners of these 2 and see if we can get it back to them. So I'm meeting up with a couple of people at Diving Sports to return some lost items. This is the GoPro and one of the phones from Deep Cove. The GoPro was totally flooded, so I don't think they're ever going to get this to work again. But the barnacles on it are super cool. The phone, I'm honestly not too sure. It doesn't look like there's any water in the camera, so this might work again. Might need a little repair though. If you look closely, you can actually see the air bubbles trapped under the screen with all the water in it, just moving around. All right, so we got the GoPro back. So this is Cindy's friend?
Yes, Wendy.
Wendy? Yeah, so yeah, it was lost in Deep Cove during a kayak rental, and I've never seen a GoPro with that many barnacles on it, so
Yeah.
I don't think the GoPro is going to work anymore, but the SD card should have the footage on it from the last few trips you guys took out. For those wondering how we returned the GoPro, the kayak company matched up the timestamps on the GoPro to the rental records, and they sent them my information, and that's how we met up to return the GoPro. Unfortunately, I didn't film the other phone return, and the other phone that the SIM card worked with, no one responded to their phone number, so I'm not sure what happened there. But that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.